Hi, my name is Felicia Finipo, and my metric number is H2030309. My part is introduction. KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare are the companies selected in this report. These two companies are categorized under the wellness field. We would like to know whether KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare in this research use the correct accounting system. Therefore, we will decide to do a study on these two companies from the same industry but in different years in the annual report. These two businesses are health and mental care business in Malaysia and outside of Malaysia. The purpose of our group research for KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare was to find out how the company was established. Therefore, the demand for this company increased from all aspects, especially machine treatment rooms and medical facility to tell patients. Both of these companies have a different impact and each is ways and skill in turning a system into a good thing in other character of the company.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hana Faslina binti Cik Nizan and my metric number is H2182059. Background of company KPJ Health Berhad. Malaysia top supplier of private healthcare service is KPJ Health Berhad. The group has been a leader in the healthcare sector since it opened the first private specialty hospital in Johor in 1981. 25 specialized hospitals are part of KPJ Healthcare Berhad's integrated network, which is spread out across the country and is guided by the company fundamental value of safety, quality, integrity, and continuous improvement. The group presently operates 2 hospitals in Indonesia, 1 hospital in Bangladesh, 1 hospital in Thailand, 3 retirement and elderly centers, with 1 in Australia and 4 in Kuala Lumpur. The mission, the preferred healthcare provide vision, delivering high quality healthcare service. Background of company IHH Care Berhad. Khazanah Nasional, the Malaysia government invest on 44% of IHH. 2010, Khazanah of the Indian Fortis Healthcare to gain ownership of Parkware Holidays, a Singaporean firm that was the public trade and controlled hospital in Singapore and Malaysia. Parkway is currently a fully owned IHH subsidiary. Both Malaysia and Singapore have IHH on their list. CEO Tan Siling is in charge of the organisation. Tan joined Parkway in 2024 and held a number of executive positions before the business was absorbed by IHH. IHH is the second largest healthcare provider in the world based on market value. Major stakeholder Mitsui & Co. is a Japanese trading company. The mission, to be the most trusted medical service network in the world. Vision, to bring high quality, cutting edge medical treatment right to people all around the world. For the ratio analysis, we have 2 parts of analysis, which is trend analysis and comparative analysis. For my part, I will present for the liquidity ratio and activity ratio of KPJ Healthcare Berhad. As we can see, for current ratio that can be calculated by current asset divided by current liability, show that 2020, which is 0.86% higher than 2021 with 0.61%. For quick ratio that can be calculated by current asset minus with inventory and then divided by current liability, show that 2020, which is 0.82% higher than 2020 with 0.58%. Last, for net working capital that can be calculated by current asset minus with current liability, show that 2020, which is negative 172,261 and 2021 with negative 611,571. Next, for the activity ratio, to find total asset turnover, sale must divided by total asset. This show that 2020 which 46.06% higher than 2021 with 4.89%. Average collection period that can be calculated by account receivable divided daily sale, show that 2020 which is 67.01 day higher than 2021 with 65.98 days. For account receivable turnover that can be calculated by sale divided by account receivable, show that 2021 which 5.46% higher than 2020 with 5.37. Next, for fixed asset turnover that can be calculated by sale divided fixed asset, that showed 2021 which 0.53 higher than 2020 with 0.47%. Last, inventory turnover that can be calculated by COGS or sale divided by total asset, show 2021 with 0.42% higher than 2020 with 0.39%.
Hi, my name is Aina Razwan Aziz and my metric number is H218 1978. Okay, I will continue the next part, which is the financial debt and profit. The debt ratio total liabilities total asset for the 2021 is 0.90% higher than 2022, which is 0.40%. In 21, KPJ has gained more debt ratio than 2022. Okay, for the next point is debt to equity ratio. For the common stock equity, 2021 is 0.29%, higher than 2022, which is 0.22%. In 2021, KPJ Healthcare has gained more debt to equity than 2022. Okay, for the next point is time interest earned ratio. In 2022, KPJ has gained more time interest than 2021. Okay, next is KPJ Healthcare profitability. For the return on equity, earning after tax total equity 2020 is 0.05%, higher than 2021, which is 0.03%. It means 2022 KPJ has gained more equity than 2021. For the return on total asset, in 2020, KPJ has gained more return of asset than 2021. While for the gross profit margin, 2020, 0.38%, higher than 2021, which is 0.36%. That means it shows that 2020, KPJ has gained more return on gross profit margin than 2021. While for the operating profit margin for sale, for year 2020 got 0.9%, the higher than 2021, which is 0.09%. That shows 2020 KPJ has gained more operating margin than 2021. After that, for the net profit margin, earning after tax, 2020 got 0.05%, while 2021 got 0.02%. This is show that 2020 got the highest. That means in 2020, KPJ has gained more net profit than 2021.
Liquidity ratio for the IHH Healthcare Berhad, as we can see, the calculation is same with the KPJ Healthcare Berhad. So for the result current ratio, show that 2021 which is 0.47%, higher than 2020 with 0.42%. For quick ratio, show that 2021 which is 0.44%, higher than 2020 with 0.40%. Last, for net working capital, show that 2020 which is negative 10,152,952, and 2021 with negative 9,700,385. Next, for the activity ratio, the way of calculation also same with KPJ Healthcare Berhad. As we can see, total asset turnover show that 2021 which is 0.38%, higher than 2020 with 0.30%. For average collection period, show that 2021 which 52.48 days, higher than 2020 with 52.45 days. For account receivable turnover, show that 2020 and 2021 has the same amount, which is 0.86%. Next, for fixed asset turnover, show that 2021 which is 0.46, higher than 2020 with 0.36%. Last, inventory turnover, show 2021 which is 0.38%, higher than 2020 with 0.30%.
My name is and my metric number is H2182542. So I will present the average ratio for IHH Healthcare Berhad debt ratio 2020 and 2021. As we can see in the table, for debt ratios in 2020 was 0.39% and increased to 0.40% in 2021. For debt to equity ratio in 2020 was 0.77% and increased to 0.84% in 2021. Lastly, for time interest earned ratio in 2020 was 28.3% and increased to 34.7% in 2021. Next is IHH Healthcare Berhad profitability ratio in 2020 and 2021. For return on equity in 2020 was 0.08% and same for 2021, 0.08%. For return assets was 0.05% in 2020 and for 2021 also 0.05%. Next, for gross profit margin in 2020 was 0.93% and increased to 0.94% in 2021. For operating profit margin was 0.76% in 2020 and increased to 0.77% in 2021. Lastly was net profit margin in 2020 was 0.02% and increased to 0.30% in 2021.
KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad liquidity ratio in 2020. The current ratio in the table is a liquidity ratio. Using current asset and short-term liabilities, a company's ability to pay is assessed using the current ratio. As a result, KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad display different times that are respectively 0.86 times and 0.42 times. KPJ Healthcare Berhad will have a higher current ratio in 2020 than IHH Healthcare Berhad. This is seen a high current ratio indicates the corporation has enough cash and is better equipped to pay off its debt. Another sort of liquidity ratio is the quick ratio. The time displayed by KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad are 0.82 times and 0.40 times respectively.
Hi, my name is Felicia Penipo and my metric number is H218203. My part is activity ratio. In 2020, the annual report stated a total asset turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 46.06, higher than IHH Healthcare Berhad 0.30. Average collection period KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 67.10, higher than IHH Healthcare Berhad 52.45. Account receivable turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 5.37, lower than IHH Healthcare Berhad 6.87. Fixed asset turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 0.47, higher than IHH Healthcare 0.36. Inventory turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 0.39, higher than IHH Healthcare 0.30. Here can show KPJ Healthcare Limited again, showing its effective.
Hi, my name is Tengku Raisha Hazrain, Butiko of the One, number metric #1A3105. I want to present about the comparative analysis of DIC ratio. First, DIC ratio. In 2020, IHH Healthcare Berhad had increased DIC ratio, which is 0.39%, reflecting the high amount of the DIC to the financial asset. Second one is DIC to the equity ratio. In 2020, IHH Healthcare Berhad had a higher DIC ratio with 0.77%, reflecting the higher amount of the DIC to the financial asset. The last one is time interest earned ratio. In 2020, IHH Healthcare Berhad had a higher time interest earned ratio, which is 28.3, indicating that the firm can meet loan requirement and lower risk of default. Let me continue for the probability ratio. The first one, return on equity. In 2020, the return on equity of IHH Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.08%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.03%. The second one is the return on asset. The return on asset of IHH Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.05%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.01% in 2020. The third one is gross profit margin. The gross profit margin of IHH Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.95%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.36% in 2020. The fourth one is operating profit margin. The operating profit margin of IHH Healthcare Berhad 0.770 is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.09% in 2020. The last one is net profit margin. The net profit margin of IHH Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.31%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad, which is 0.02% in 2020.
KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad liquidity ratio in 2021. Compared to IHH Healthcare, which has 0.47 times the current asset for every RM1 of its current liabilities, KPJ Healthcare Berhad has 0.61 times the current asset for every RM1. This demonstrates that KPJ Healthcare Berhad is more financially stable and appears to be in better position to settle its debt. Next, the measure of liquidity ratio is a quiet ratio. KPJ Healthcare Berhad owns 0.58 times of liquid asset to cover each RM1 of current liability as compared to IHH Healthcare, which owns 0.44 times to cover each RM1 of current liabilities. KPJ Healthcare Berhad has a higher ratio compared to other companies. This shows that KPJ Healthcare Berhad has better company liquidity and overall finance health. The next working capital is also the type of liquidity ratio.
Let me continue again for activity ratio. In 2021, the annual report stated total asset turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 4.8 times higher than IHH Healthcare Berhad 0.38. Average collection period KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 65.98, higher than IHH Healthcare Berhad 52.48. Account reserve turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 5.46, lower than IHH Healthcare Berhad 6.87. Fixed asset turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 0.53, higher than IHH Healthcare 0.46. Inventory turnover KPJ Healthcare Berhad got 0.42, higher than IHH Healthcare 0.38. These years also show that KPJ Healthcare Berhad is more popular with the public. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tengku Narasha Azrain, Medical Doctor 1, number matric H2183105. I want to present about KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad Deep Ratio in 2021. The first one is Deep Ratio. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad had a higher Deep Ratio, which is 0.408% than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. Number 2 is the Deep to Equity Ratio. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad had a higher Deep Ratio, which is 0.84% than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. The last one is Time Interest Earned Ratio. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad had a higher Time Interest Earned Ratio, which is 34.7% than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. Next, KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad probability ratio in 2021. First one is return on equity. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad was record 0.08% higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. The second one is return on asset. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad was record 0.05% higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. The third one is gross profit margin. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad was record 0.84% higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. The fourth one is operating profit margin. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad was record 0.77%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. The last one is net profit margin. In 2021, IHH Healthcare Berhad was record 0.13%, is higher than KPJ Healthcare Berhad. Hi, my name is Tengku Narasha Azrain, Medical Doctor 1, number matric H2183105. For the overall analysis, this research is focusing may guide investor in choosing the best firm to invest in based on the risk maximum their return on investment. As seen from the ratio analysis table above, KPJ Healthcare Berhad and IHH Healthcare Berhad both lose for the years. The return on asset for KPJ was 0.01% in 2021, meanwhile IHH raised to 0.05% in 2021. This indicates that KPJ and IHH is either not repaying the anticipated benefits or experiencing risk. In 2020, the return on asset for two companies were respectively 0.09% and 0.05%. There are numerous recommendations on how to improve corporate financial management and boost sales. The first one is reduce overhead expenses first. The second one is get rid any extra asset. The last one is switch from the short-term to long-term debt.
Conclusion, financial ratio analysis is important because it provides important information regarding business performance. Ratio analysis used to evaluate several entities such as liquidity, profitability, activity, and leverage ratio.
Hi, my name is Aina Razwan Hazi and my matric number is H2181978. Okay, I will continue the next point. Okay, furthermore, by using that, we can then determine the extent to which a company can maintain its performance in the market. Furthermore, KPJ Healthcare Berhad earned more profit in year 2022 compared to IHH and Healthcare Berhad. Nevertheless, in the following year, IHH Healthcare has already surpassed the profit of KPJ Healthcare Berhad. With this, it can be proved that a company will experience different profit fluctuation every year. That's all from our group. Thank you.